due respect, 100% wrong perception is reality some people can't see because they choose not to. Okay, yeah, of course that's right. So, let's see. I'm getting a lot of flack today, yesterday. Okay, look at them trash, boy. Eee. Ooh, boy. Uh, ooh, that's peeking, 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 peeking. Let me get it. 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 All right. Man, been getting a lot of flack today, yesterday, day before that, because I'm bringing up topics about the Bible and the church that are controversial. The easy one, I get right into it. The use of drugs, uh, more specifically psilocybin mushrooms, acid, if you will, MDMA, ibuprofen, ketamine, all these drugs that have been around for forever, that have been, for the most part, categorized as level 1 controlled substances by our American government. And they've been illegal for what, over 50 years? Started basically because of a hippie movement that was anti-war, and the government wanted to do what they needed to do without the influence of the hippies trying to cancel their war efforts. You know, war is profit, war has agendas. So they made it illegal from you, the people, but they still did their own projects, whether it was MK Ultra, the experiences with Charles Manson, all the LSD experiments, etc., etc. Anyways, oh man, I need to trim this up. So, what the hell does that have to do with the Bible? Well, our American church system has been teaching us, because it's more of our traditional protocols, I would say, rather than actual biblical accuracy, to teach that all drugs are bad. We want to classify everything biblically as we're supposed to be sober. Stay away from alcohol. Stay away from weed. Stay away from all the other ones, cocaine, crack, fentanyl, Xanax, but those are prescription though. Adderall, which is legal cocaine, that's prescribed. Caffeine is a fucking drug. You know what I mean? So what happens? Now you get to pick and choose. So, you know, these Christians, I mean, they are Christians, just some of them are retarded. And that's cool, you know? Like, I'm going to tell it how it is, man. Like, too many of us sit in the position of Christian or whatever and then act like we got to be careful with our words because we're going to offend people, and Christians wouldn't talk like that. Man, fuck all that. Man, look here. You think when Jesus said sons of vipers, you think those wasn't cuss words? Come on, man. It's so bad you had to change it, and we say sons of bitches now. Would you rather be a snake or a dog? Anyways, shout out to my dog over there. What's up, Coco Bear? Anyways, so the church has been teaching us that drugs are bad. But yet they all drink caffeine every morning. Okay, so they say, well, Ron, you gotta have some discernment. Okay, that's true. Yeah, so I'll give you that. Okay, caffeine is technically a drug. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But now we have psilocybin, which the government and the American church system has made absolutely bad, no exceptions, sin, illegal. It's wrong from beginning to end. There's no right thing about it. But yet now it's 2025 because of people like me who are challenging the narrative and saying, hey, why is it illegal to do experiments with psilocybin? Why is it okay to drink coffee with caffeine, but we can't do any experiments with psilocybin? Why is that a sin? And then the church is like, oh, you just want to do whatever you want to do. Look, we all want to do whatever the fuck we want to do. All right? The reason why a lot of y'all are practicing behaving well in the church is because you're trying to find significance in how you virtually present yourself. Like, it's all selfishness at the end of the day. Just goofy ways to, for lack of a better word, idolize ourselves and make ourselves feel like we're better than everybody else. That's why people hate the church today, man. It's getting more and more boring because they do dumb jokes. People fall asleep. You don't know how to connect with people. And when people like me, when people who are not going to church are explaining to you why it's fucking boring, you make up all these spiritual excuses. Oh, it shouldn't be about the media. It shouldn't be about the camera or the lights or the sound quality. We should be able to compromise everything, and you should fucking make yourself enjoy it if you really love Jesus, even though everything we do is shitty and compromised. But Beyonce's gonna fucking make sure everything is perfect to the T with her entire concert. Come on, man. That's why people are laughing at us, man. Because y'all get spiritually goofy and retarded. Y'all get mad at me when I challenge y'all on these things. I'm here trying to help my own people, man. If my kids were fucking up, I wouldn't just let them keep fucking up. I would get on their ass. Y'all have been so obsessed with pretending that you don't sin no more and that's the goal, when the real goal is to love your neighbor. It wraps up the whole law that you claim that you still have to keep. And then all of y'all are working on Sundays. Oh, you don't clock in, but you're doing laundry? Come on, get the fuck out of here, man. All this fake-ass Christian virtue signaling, man. So anyways, back to the drugs. The psilocybin is 2025. We're finding out now that it has benefits. Veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, after trying everything, all kinds of therapies, all kinds of meditations, antidepressants, whatever, some are finally finding a breakthrough with things like psilocybin or ketamine or some of these other radical drug treatments that y'all have been keeping from them for decades. The church and the government. And it's because of people like me saying, fuck y'all, we're going to fight back against y'all because we want to have the right to experiment and try to find new breakthroughs and new understandings and new truths. We don't want to hold on to your fake, false truth narratives that you pushed onto us for decades. And that's just the drug one. We can go into the other ones another time. Is it really a sin to have sex before marriage? Are you some little ass kids and like, we gotta wait till we get married, and you get married and you find out her pussy stink and you're with her for the rest of your life? It's a medical condition? I mean, that's just one radical example, but come on, damn, how silly. I need to hurry up and marry you because I can't hold myself anymore. I want to fuck you so bad. Let's get married because I don't want to make sure I'm not sinning. Come on, man. They get married. They've only known each other for 2 weeks. But because he didn't want to sin and he wanted to fuck her so badly, he rushed into marriage, and they ended up getting a divorce 3 months later, like some fucking idiots. And she takes half of everything that he owns. That's another topic, though. Is it okay for men to cheat? That's another topic, because the answer might be yeah. Man, I feel like, I may be wrong. But I have the right and the freedom to ask the questions that y'all are all too afraid to ask. So many people in America today say they're living in happy marriages. And if it wasn't for their fear of breaking their moral Christianity code of divorce or not holding up to their commitment, they're stuck in a marriage because the wife has them by the balls, like, you don't have the balls to leave me. And she's the only one who can give him pussy if he's being faithful and not cheating on her. She can stop cooking for him. She can stop cleaning for him. She can stop doing every other fucking thing in the world. And he can pay Olive Garden, McDonald's, Chili's, whoever to cook him lunch, dinner, breakfast, make him coffee at Starbucks. He can pay a housemaid to clean his house, make his bed. He can pay a babysitter to watch his kids if she don't even want to watch her own kids. He can pay a babysitter to drop them off and pick them up at school. But the one thing he's not supposed to do is get pussy anywhere else. Definitely not pay somebody else to give him pussy, just like he pays for food from somebody else since his wife stopped cooking it for him. So because of this, the highest commodity that a woman has in a relationship is her vagina. I don't make the rules. The whole world, it sounds horrible. I don't give a shit if something sounds mean. Facts are facts. Biology is biology. Truth is truth. And she then finds a way to weaponize that power, that pussy. So all of a sudden, as with so many marriages, the dude's like, me and my wife aren't really having sex anymore. This isn't just for Christian marriages either. This is like non-Christian marriages too. Got more than a 50% chance of getting a divorce now. Women file 80% of divorces. Check it out. I look at data and patterns and numbers, man. I don't just throw bullshit out there. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I ain't trying to put shit out there for feelings. I'm bringing data and facts, man. So many people, so many men, they're like, oh yeah, I got a happy marriage. I got a good one. And, there are exceptions. Some may, and, to each their own. You know what I mean? Oh, my wife never weaponizes sex against me. Okay, well, I met a lot of couples where the man works really hard all day, almost every day, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, whatever. And he's given his wife the privilege to stay home and not have to work. And that's a blessing. That's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. If everything's going good like that, that's amazing. He comes home, hey, baby, I got some money for you. I'm going to take care of you. We're going to take you shopping. That's dope. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. She's like, hey, kids are doing good in school. I just helped them finish their homework so they can keep their knowledge up and they're not falling behind. Dishes are done. I was thinking some chicken breast for dinner, da-da-da. Oh, that's dope, baby. I appreciate it. I love you. You're the best wife ever. You know, that's dope. That's cool. But that's usually not what's happening. Typically, the charts start declining on sex in marriages. And it's not because of the man, it's because of the woman. But the man begins to cope internally and start using ways to justify why the sex has gone down. Oh, you know, sometimes we're not in the mood. Nah, dude, that's her who said that. And you kind of took that and you fabricated in your own way to happy wife, happy life, and now you look like a fucking idiot. Because she's weaponizing the one thing that she can use as power over you, her pussy. And then you come home one day and the house ain't clean. Yeah, it's cool. People can have an off day. But then it becomes a week, 2 weeks. It's a pattern. And you're like, man, I'm horny. I'm stressing at work. I want to fuck. And she's like, maybe if you would help me do some dishes every now and then, I wouldn't be so tired or exhausted or have a headache all the time, or, you know, my period started. Because there's only one way to sexually satisfy your man, right? And that's through the channel of where you have your period through. It's all cap. It's all cap. She can whop, you know what I mean? Oh, that's mean. That's degrading. You shouldn't be talking like that. Man, shut up. We're all adults here. You can go play preschool at 30, 40 years old if you want to and live a fake-ass life where you pretend you're happy, but inside you're dying. I'm about freedom, baby. Christ is about freedom. So look. She says, maybe if you would help me do the dishes every now and then, I wouldn't be so tired. You know, I could cope better the weeks that my period comes every month and I start feeling PMS or blah, blah, blah. There's a million excuses. A lot of y'all have heard them. Y'all know what they are. You find ways to cope with them instead of challenging them for the facts that they really are. She's home all day. Your work, this is an example. I'm not talking about a wife who's also working. That's a whole nother deal. If a wife is working because she has to, because you as a man ain't bringing in enough money, you need to up your game, man, and quit being fucking stagnant. Like, it ain't just women. Like, men got to do their part too, man. A lot of fucking lazy dudes out there, man. A lot of fucking lazy dudes. They're late all the time. They're fat. They're sluggish. They have no self-discipline. Yeah, we'll get into it. Anyways, oh yeah, I'm in a happy marriage. Da 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 da. Haven't had sex in 6 months. Cap. It's lies. All lies. But you can cope. You can tell people that because it looks good spiritually. Oh yeah, God is amazing and marriage is amazing. And it can be amazing. But so many of you fucking dudes are lying. Fat as fuck. Your wife got fat as fuck. She wears sweatpants all the time. She never does her hair anymore. Like, she's gone, bro. And you as a man, you're supposed to lead her and get her back into what she's supposed to do. And some men can do it, some men can't. Because some women are just lost causes at some point. Because they got you, locked you in on marriage. You like sex more than they do. It's biology. I don't make the rules. Eventually, she starts pulling away from sex. That's my number one topic when it comes to relationships and marriages is, okay, how's your sex life? Oh, it's not all about sex, blah, blah, blah. That's cap. That's cap. That's what people say who are fucking losers and their marriage sucks. People who are poor and they don't got money and they say, oh, everything's not about money. That's cap. They're saying that to cope with their laziness and how they keep making fucked up choices to stay poor and broke. It is what it is. I don't make the rules. So get your game up. You know what I mean? And you can be mad at me. stay poor, stay in a sexless marriage or relationship, and make up these narratives inside that you tell yourself to make yourself temporarily feel better with a band-aid, but inside you continue to die on the inside. Anyways, she knows you're not going to cheat on her because you wouldn't dare break your moral code. But the crazy thing is, if you do cheat on her, usually she gains respect for you because she basically interprets it as, hey, bitch, look, you ain't finna run this situation like that. You think you can weaponize this shit on me? But I got other options. And for some reason, a lot of times that makes her respect the man even more, which is crazy. Hey, I'm talking about from the data. I'm not trying to just piss you off just because I hate men or I hate women or whatever. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. So, anyways, women file 80% of the divorces. I wonder why. Well, because they get all the benefits from the court. They get the kids, they get the child support, they get alimony. Man, and this is where a lot of dudes commit suicide. But nobody cares about that. Nobody wants to talk about the male suicide epidemic that is happening. Because it's not sexy. It's more sexy to talk about this Me Too bullshit or the feminine agenda or how women don't get equal pay when really they get paid more than men now and they have more privilege than men now. I can show you by data and facts and charts many different examples too. You can cry and bitch all you want to about how I'm lying because your emotional perception is like, that doesn't sound right and that hurts my feelings. You're so mean. I don't care if it sounds mean. Truth is truth. You know what I mean? You want the truth in a raw way, or you want to lie in a sexy way and continue to be, a loser. Anyways, the drug thing. Look, some of these drugs that y'all been keeping from people, the government and the church have been found to be very helpful. Good thing dudes like Rick Perry and all them are now pushing for these people to be helped that are drug addicts, and they're breaking meth addictions and heroin addictions because they found help with things like ibogaine and MDMA and psilocybin and all those things like that. Y'all try to keep this away from these hurting people for so long. And see, that's what this shit, a wobbly computer. That's what this really all comes down to, is helping the people that are hurting. You people in the church that get mad at me are trying to protect your little clique of no sex, no alcohol, no drugs. Fuck you, Ron. You don't trust God enough and blah, 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 and all the other bullshit y'all say to make yourselves feel elite and holier than thou and all that other bullshit. While these dudes are out here in the streets struggling with addiction. They're struggling with trying to find homes. They're struggling with trying to eat for real. And kudos to the churches and stuff that still do get back to the community and help with those things. There's pros and cons and everything, but the church really needs to step up, man. They've been lying to us a long time, and I know it's not on purpose. They really thought they were, and still do think that they are giving what they believe the holy and correct godly information that they're trying to convey. But you have to question the things you've been believing all your life with an open mind, so you can critically think for yourself, or you're no better than those people who blindly follow politicians in our echo chambers, because you should be able to question things. How do we know for a fact that it's a sin to have more than one wife? Well, right here it says the bishop should be the husband of one wife. Well, that's a requirement for a bishop. I ain't no fucking bishop. Like, we should be able to have these conversations without you turning into an emotional child trying to defend a tradition rather than a biblical truth. Anyways, I love y'all. I'm spitting truth. I'm challenging the narrative. I'm mind fucking a bunch of people, and I'm loving it. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but shit, it's fun for me. I got a weird calling in the body of Christ. Very unorthodox. Very unconventional. And you know what? I don't think it's a sin to cuss either. So you hear me say bitch, shit, fuck, all that. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, I love y'all. Till next time, baby. Let's go. H time.